What's up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniac is back in the Nitro Cave. Here to update you what's happening in the mind and the brain and the thoughts of a full-on sick in the head nitro gearhead, motorhead, whatever you want to call me. Some have called me not so nice things, but you know how the Muggy Maniac addresses that. I don't give a shit. Really. Isn't that just one sick ass ride? I mean, I'm a Mugen guy. Obviously I got 2 Mugens, thinking about getting a 3rd Mugen, although the ones I have, there really isn't anything better out there. Maybe I'll just upgrade. I don't think I'll get another Mugen buggy because I believe there isn't any other. The 6, the 7, the 8, you know, mine's a 5 is definitely, as far as bashing, not even close to what mine is. I mean, she's just a sick little booger, man. She's durable, reliable. I mean, it's not her fault that, you know, Mr. Muggy Maniac, me over here, you know, keeps fucking shit up. But as far as the Mugen platform in general, not talking about servos and motors and any other stuff, that's a sick whip, okay? It's got all of the titanium and carbon fiber and aluminum that you can't get without spending tons of money on even an MBX 8 truggy. So if I was racing, as far as the, you know, the upgrades that they've done to the Mugens buggies, then that'd be a different story. But I'm not going to be racing anytime soon. So as far as bashing, this is an ultimate, one-of-a-kind, bashing, well-built, well-oiled, lean, mean, Japanese / Italian powered freaking machine. Okay, so we're going to get to the update on that. You know, the Techno is going to be next on deck. You know, and as I was saying, I'm a Mugen guy, obviously, but this Techno, there's just, man, I really scored. I'm really happy with it. It's becoming like kind of my prized gem. You know, I love my buggy. I love my MBX 7T, badass whip too. But there's something about this Techno, man. It's just, I mean, the way that it's built, the design, the engineering, the technology that Techno put into this thing, and you know, I talked to, and I'll get into, I had a couple conversations with the owner of King Heads and MC2, which make, MC2 is what I have as far as they make a lot of aftermarket aluminum hop-ups. But the owner of King Heads was telling me, he's like, yeah, we don't make a lot of Techno stuff because their plastic is pretty durable. Now this is coming from a guy that machines 70, 75 and all kinds of aluminum braces and different shit for, you know, aftermarket stuff for a lot of different whips. And he's even telling me, he's like, yeah, I don't, because I said, why, I wanted to go with you guys, but I went with MC2, you know, they're okay, because I couldn't find anything for the Techno, because we don't make a lot of the Techno stuff. I don't, as far as braces and you know, shock tower and different stuff like that, aftermarket hop-ups, because their plastic's pretty durable. So, and I can attest, and you can ask anybody that owns one of these NT 48.3 Techno truggy or the buggies, they're one tough son of a bitch. They're very well built. I mean, strong, hands down, tougher than pretty much most whips out there. But the Pico .28 and it hasn't ran in this platform yet, so I'm curious to see how the power of the Pico, which is a badass motor, and when I ran it, I don't know if you guys seen the video that I had where I was talking the rock crawling smack shit, capping on some people. But anyway, this thing with the Pico in it, man, the front end was just coming up all over the place, and if it wasn't again Well, this, what happened was the switch. The switch went out, and I was having electrical issues. So I'm just, man, I've been having some electrical issues lately. But I'd rather take the electrical issues than motor issues and braking shit. No worries. I mean, it's not like I haven't worked on electronical shit. I have about 10 years experience in 10th and scale E-word. It's what I started in. But I really, you know, it's one of my least favorite things, messing with servos and all that. So I have this boneyard of servos here that, you know, some of them work, some of them have little glitches. Some of I'm just tired of having them. I don't even know why I have them, although just to pull parts off of. I'm gonna see this last Savox that took a shit from the last video you guys seen. The motor. First off, let me back up before I get into all this technical talk and everything. Let me put the lid back on this sexy, badass beast that can't wait to fire up the Pico .28 in the Techno. Interested to see it. It might stay in the Techno depending on how well it works. But anyway, first off, welcome all Muggy Maniacs, Buggy Maniacs, Truggy Maniacs, Monster Truck. Don't see much of them anymore, but they're out there. And obviously the 5th scale crazy insaniacs, off the hook guys running in the, you know, from a 29cc to a 30 to a 40, Sonomas, Balloon, whatever the hell they call them. I'm not the 5th scale guy. This is not a 5th scale channel, although I watch a lot of 5th scale because I think it's pretty badass. It's a whole nother level, whole nother size, 20 more pounds of weight. I just was watching the guy's video, you know, and he's been doing it a while. Shout out, by the way, to this guy, only 5th scale. You know, one of his older videos, because he haven't done anything in a while. I'm sure the weather's probably where he's on the frickin' New England or way over there on the East Coast where they're probably getting hammered by snow. And I've seen him run in snow, but he was talking about he's looking and getting into nitro. Because there's not a lot of, there's a very small core of 5th scale where he's at. More guys are running nitro. He wants to just, you know, he only races 4 times a year. If you have a platform where you can only race, if that's your thing, racing. But I guess, what else are you going to do but drive in the snow back there, right? But he was saying that he wants to get into 5th scale because he only races 5 times a year. And I mean, I don't know how you would survive in any hobby that you're investing all this money and you can only run your shit 5 times a year. Hell to the no. That would never happen with me. I'm already pissed off because it poured like cats and dogs. I don't know, you guys can't see outside, but it's dark now. It gets dark here about this time. And anyway, it poured probably about a good 3 or 4 inches of rain today, pounded nonstop. It's going to pound, so it's supposed to rain tomorrow night. So, if it doesn't rain tomorrow, I get off work in the afternoon. When I get off work, if it's not raining, I don't care. I know it's going to be muddy. I know it's going to be kind of wet. I don't give a shit. I got to run my shit because, you know, before we get into running the 28.8 Pico, modified, by the way, by another shout out to my Nitro brother from another mother, Rick, at RB Mods. Thank you, Rick. I'm enjoying, even I know you guys are, he's not enjoying the weather, I'm sure, but, you know, that guy's breaking in motors inside of his shop where he said it's, last time I talked to him, he's freezing his balls off in his shop, and he's still breaking in motors. That's dedication. I mean, sure, it's what he does and how he earns a living, but still. You know what I mean? The guy doesn't care if it's snowing outside. He's going to still break in motors and build motors and modify shit for people that need it, that want his shit done. You know, that want, you know, his work, I should say. But anyway, yeah, this modified Pico 8.28 7-port is going to rip. I have a feeling it's going to rock and roll in the Techno. We'll see. That will be coming probably maybe sometime next week. I don't know. But there's still unfinished business here. I'm the kind of guy that, listen, if I don't get my shit and I don't get it running and get out there and have a good day. I don't care what issues. You know, first run you've seen this thing, you know, I had a servo go up in smoke. Repaired that servo, took it apart, rewired it. Well, that servo, obviously by the last video, done. Done like dinner, toasted. And what happened to it, here I'll show you it. I have it here somewhere. But that sucker is, well, we'll have to put the, hold on a second, the servo horn on here. I have, this will fit on here. Let me find my servo horn, people. What the hell did I do with it? Anyway, I don't know what happened to it, but oh, I can turn it. Watch. Hear that? It's the gears. Look at that. I can turn it. Hear that? Yeah. Somehow the gears are stripped out in it or something. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is in the parts box. So I have another one that had one of the, I forgot what happened with it. I just need to take one of the gears out of here and put it in this. This one's got, I mean, I run all metal gears in my stuff. I don't run the titanium yet, although it's probably something I should look into. Like I said, I'm not going to go out and spend $150 on a servo when I can get something for half that price, decent, durable, good torque, good speed, lasts a long time. The ones that I use all the time are, that I've been using, I never had a problem with, which I'm going to replace these, are, these are like 30 something bucks, Savox SC0254, there you go, see that? This servo, I beat the hell out of them. I've flipped my car, buggy, truggy, cartwheels, ran it into shit, you know, and these servos are very durable. Are they quick? Yeah, they're not the quickest, but I will tell you, for the price you're paying for it, it's pretty quick. And if you're bashing out there, you know, unless you wanted to spend $100, $150 on a servo, you know, and then have it go up in smoke like mine did, and then, you know, you're cool with that, or, you know, not even that, but something happened to it, and you can't, and you got to replace it. That's not, you know, if you got the money just to pull out of your ass like that, then hey, probably might not even want it. You probably might not even want to watch my videos, because I'm not that guy. I've invested a lot of money, but also I'm, you know, I like to watch, you know, I like deals, and I like to get, why pay expensive for something when you can get something as good or as comparable, for half the price. You know what I mean? None of my vehicles I've ever bought brand new. Nothing. I've never bought a brand new vehicle yet. Have I got them in mint condition, new? Pretty much, yes. All my vehicles that I did acquire from the first one, which is the Muggy, that one was pretty brand new though. The guy pulled it out of the box, ran it around the block a few times, didn't even break in the motor, and that was it. And I got that for half the price that they went for out of the box, brand new. So the NBX7, again, scored a deal. Tons of parts. Probably can build another 7T Truggy, Mugen Truggy, with all the parts that I have. Same thing. This one was like my second vehicle, so I can build another one of these pretty much. I've got tons of extras. And the Techno. The Techno probably came with the most extra arms, extra everything than anything I've got yet. Okay? And it's in mint condition. The guy raced it, but he took very good care of it. Matter of fact, it raced the last time this thing raced. He raced it at one of the nationals. I don't know which one it was, but anyway. So, being that said, you know, still, I take care of my stuff, as you guys already know. I don't need to tell you about that. But I beat the shit out of my shit too. So, you know, if I was racing again, it would be a whole different story. As far as, you know, spending the big bucks on a lot of shit. I mean, I spend enough money. Instead of me spending $200 on a servo, I better spend that money on a motor. I mean, these servos aren't lightning quick, but they're pretty quick. Okay, these are the Savox that I just showed you. The SC0254MGs. Okay, now everybody always, you know, oh well, you know, sure, that looks good. That's on, you know, when the tires are on the ground. But, you know, here, we'll put her on the ground and, you know, see for yourself. I'm shaking the camera too, so sorry about that. And they do, and the same on my, you know, on my Truggies, which have, you know, they're not the fastest, okay? They're not as fast, obviously, as the high-end servos. Okay, they're not as torquey as the high-end servos. But they have enough torque, plenty of torque, plenty of speed for bashing, okay? Maybe you might not be as competitive racing, but that's racing. I'm not racing, so I'm talking about bashing. And the biggest thing about these servos is, like I said, I beat the crap out of these, you know, mid-level Savoxes or whatever you want to call them, low budget, I don't care what you call them, and they hold up, man. I ran these things, these Savoxes, with all my vehicles, you know, having, especially with this thing, like the buggy is the guinea pig, as I told you guys before, and those servos have held up. I've never had an issue, okay? And I wouldn't even probably be talking about this if I didn't, you know, mess up and didn't pay attention to my wiring, but we have that addressed. I definitely tucked the wiring where we ain't gonna have any more problems. But yeah, so we're gonna go one more round, and being that only issue we had was the servo, that's good to go. We should be okay. And you know, I want to finish what I started as far as getting this modified .21 Reds and the Mugen, you know, dialed in together, because this motor is the motor that's going to stay in here pretty much. It's what I got a .21 for. I ain't got a .21 for no Truggy. Okay, if you want to run a .21 in your Truggy, at least modify the damn thing. Okay, so for you guys, or you're racing, whole different story again. But if you're bashing and you're running a .21 and it's not modified, I don't give a shit if it's a $500 OS, or even this red one with stock is a badass. Okay, you will get your ass spanked by all your buddies and laughed at with your stock 21 when, you know, a stock .28 or .25 or even definitely a .32 will spank that ass all day long. Okay, and if you know anything about nitro, you know that's facts. I'm not just talking out my ass. That's facts. Okay, so being that said, round 3 of the Mugen MBX buggy, Reds R5, Team Edition .21 modified. Okay, don't get that twisted. This is no stalker. Modified by RB Mods. So if it's not raining when I get out tomorrow, because it says tomorrow night, but you never know with the weatherman, we are definitely going to rip this thing. Now the issue that I had, if you guys watch, the low end needle is fine. We're there. Idle, man, this thing idles like a kitten purring. These Reds motors tune and idle very well. And I did change the Venturi. Now I was running, you know, like I said, I'm experimenting. I was running a 9.5. I milled out a 9.5 Venturi in this .21 now. It's probably, you know, it was definitely a little bit too much for this motor. Now, you could probably run a 10, I don't know, maybe I'll try on a bigger motor, .25, .28, especially if they're modified. I don't know about stock, but modified. But even a modified .21, Rick said, hey, you might want an 8 Venturi, 8mm or 8.5. I said, well, screw it. You know what I mean? I only have a 7.5 that I have at the time for the Red, so I'm figuring, you know what? Let me just, I'm going to drill it out anyway. Let me just mess around. Let me drill around a 9mm and see what happens at 9mm in this thing. Well, it's too much air. It rips, and man, this thing wants to scream, because obviously you're letting more air in and when you get the fuel mixture, but it's still, it's not the tuning, it's kind of a little bit how should I say, touchy. So I have another Venturi, which if you know what you're doing, you can use. That is a Novarossi Venturi. They're too long, so you have to shave them and mill them down. They will fit as far as the diameter, but the lengthwise, they're millimeters off. So I milled this one out to this one's an 8.5. So I'm gonna go an 8.5, and it's plastic, which is way better than metal, as you guys know, because it runs a lot cooler. Oh, is that my coffee done? No, it's not my coffee. That's my dynamite. One of the best, if not the best, glow igniter dynamite right here. Now this thing isn't charging full all the way. I don't know why. So, and I'm gonna let you guys know something real quick too. I'm gonna also tell you what's going on. I had a little issue with my head warmer, but we're gonna fix that, no problem. See what I mean? You gotta be able to like put on a lot of hats in nitro, man. Whether it's electronics, whether it's motor. That's why a lot of people don't do this. They can't handle the motor, first of all, let alone anything else. You know, sometimes you're going to have to troubleshoot stuff. You know, your head warmer goes wrong. Why your tires are, you know, not staying on your rims. And, you know, most of the time that's elementary. You know, you glued them wrong like I did. You know, suspension, you know. I mean, there's a lot of things to nitro. Okay, fuel lines, you know, clutches, clutch springs, clutch shoes, all that, pipes. I mean, there's so much to it, man. That's why I love it, man. I love the challenge. I don't mind when my shit breaks. As long as my motor don't blow up and it don't cost me a ton of money, I don't give a shit if I break shit or I have issues. Because I know how to troubleshoot and I know how to address them and find out if it was me or if it was the product. Most of the time it's me. So I'm not perfect, man. But anyway, get yourself a bag of Novarossi Venturis. If you have Novarossi motors, then you've got tons of these. Plastics are way better. I want to see if I can run plastics on it. The LRPs are aluminum. The OSs are aluminum. Most people have aluminum Venturis. I think Novarossi is one of the only ones that have plastic Venturis. And I don't know why anybody else doesn't use them, because Venturis are going to run a lot cooler. You know, which is what you want. So anyway, yeah, part 3, Mugen MBX 5R Reds. I call it the Reds edition. R5 Team Edition it is, actually. Modified, ripping, ASAP as soon as possible. Hopefully I'll be able to upload that for you guys tomorrow. We'll see how the weather, if it cooperates. I know I'm complaining about rain. At least I'm not getting pounded by snow like you guys are getting beat down like a redheaded stepchild back east. And a shout out, this is in general shout out, so all you people back east bearing the elements. But like I said, unless it's 40 below zero, then yeah, I would still run in the garage and throw on a fan or something and fire my shit up at least. But hey, if the Muggy Maniac can bring you some brapping, some freaking RPM sound, I can't bring you the smell, but the sound or the feel. But at least I can bring you the sound of the awesomeness, I should say, sound of 8 scale nitro, freaking screaming, firing it up. Then hey, I got let me be the spokes guy for 8 scale nitro nation, which seems like I have been lately. I don't see anybody else doing anything in 8 scale nitro but videos that have nothing to do with nitro. So anyway, I guess whatever floats your boat and keeps you busy, at least you're doing something, so I'm not going to bust your balls too much. So anyway, that's going to get ready to rock and roll. Everything's dialed in, servos replaced. We're ready to get the reds tuned to my liking, and get this thing screaming, and hopefully we don't do any more damage or my shitty driving doesn't break anything, but I can't promise you that. So anyway, this Sky RC head warmer, okay, now this is something that probably will be very, even when you guys don't have any snow, when it's cold, winter time, it is winter, even if you're, like I said, you don't have snow, whatever, These are like a must. Not just to break in motors, but let's say you're going to your bash session. Me, I go up to my park, my little area where I go run my shit, and it's so cold. Well, you're going to have a hard time starting your shit. Then on top of that, you're putting more stress on your conrad, your piston, your sleeve, your bump box. You're burning up all kinds of fuel before you get the damn thing warmed up 30 minutes later, however long it takes you. And, you know, and then you can't really put a good tune on it until you're around 180 to 200. Everybody knows that. So anyway, this thing here I've had for a while. It was my very first one. It's a Sky RC. They're like 27 bucks, less than 30 bucks. It works pretty well, and it's held up pretty well. You know, it has the little alligator deals where you can plug it into your battery. I use the alligator deals. I have a big, where is it at? This is my, by the way, this is my nitro bag. This is my back. I have a backpack that, I have tons of backpacks, but this backpack is, it's for when I go do my bashing. Everything that I need, including my stand, which folds up, is in here. Okay? So, starter box, everything. So, in this, I don't know, let me pull it out because you probably can't see. In this little bag, which, by the way, you guys probably recognize this. Yeah, this is a lipo bag. I don't have any lipos. Will I ever get one? I don't want to say never, but probably not. Now, I can put all my stuff, my head warmer goes in here, I put my heat gun in here, and then in the bottom is a 12-volt battery. Highly recommended. So in case for whatever reason you need, you know, some extra juice, whatever, there you go. So I plug this, my head warmer into these when I go to the park area, and I heat my motor up all the time. Some guys I hear don't even use heaters to break in their motors. And that's cool. Some guys do, some guys don't. To each his own, whatever works for you. But as far as this in general, the reason I like to heat up my motor, even if it's the summertime, I still like to get my motor warm. Because, and this is what comes with it. I mean, this here even tells you. You can read what it says, and it makes complete sense. I mean, and this is the company, just whoever wrote this, I don't know, but, I mean, they're spot on. It says the engine heater will preheat all the critical parts of your nitro engine, giving you a minimal stress and wear on the engine. It helps relieve the stress of the crank, conrod, piston, and sleeve during warm-up. It also gives you a very easy and smooth engine start with no stress on your starter box. Fuel consumption is much less as you do not have to spend time warming up and adjusting your engine. A preheated glow plug will increase the life of your plug. It also is perfect for break-ins as it reduces the pinch of your new engine. Your experience that your engine that engine preheating is a must. Most importantly, it will quickly pay for itself by increasing engine life and performance. So, I mean, I just mentioned all that stuff. I mean, when you read this thing, I would thought this was, I need this to break in my motor. Well, it's backwards. This is, you want to heat your motor up whenever you can. And they're not expensive. I'm going to get a new one because this one's kind of coming apart a little bit. The material is just getting brittle from heating up all the time. It's not the best quality, but it works still. I'm probably going to do a little repair. That's why I got some material out. Yes, the Muggy Maniac does know how to sew. I know how to sew. There's a lot of things you guys don't know about me, man, but I'm jack of all trades, master of none. I can make I could probably make a nitro, including cut and form the chassis and mold and everything from scratch. Never done it, but who knows. I want to make the ultimate RC, man, 8-scale truggy, man. I want to make something that's all titanium and all carbon fiber. Titanium chassis, all the plastics carbon fiber, anything that's metal, you know, aluminum, 7075, anodized, heat treated, aerospace aluminum, whatever. Top line shit. That roller would probably be a couple $1,000s, but anyway, I think it would be badass. Who knows, maybe I might one of these days. But anyway, I'm gonna have to, I got this material, and I'm gonna sew the patch in here and just kind of fix that. What keeps doing that? Anyway, yeah. So anyway, that's what these are for, man. I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys? Makes sense to me. Why would you want to put more stress on your piston and your rod and have your plugs get worn out? You know, and some people will argue with that. I mean, I'm sure this company, you know, they're not lying about any of this stuff, but breaking in the motor is secondary. They're saying that you should, you know, heat your motor up every time. Well, you can and you don't have to if you don't want to, but I do. You know, and I've found all those things to be true since I've had that. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. Like I said, we got servo issues going on. Now I talked to King, the owner of King Heads, like I said, and he was just saying the reason that they didn't make a lot of the parts, they don't make a lot of aftermarket stuff for companies that change all the time. They didn't make a lot of the low C stuff, he said, because they changed 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, 6.0 coming up, whatever. But anyway, we were talking about how Horizon is just, you know, discontinues all this shit for nitro, and, you know, and then I was talking to one of my buddies at A-Main, and we were talking about something about Horizon. I don't know, the conversation was about Horizon, and you guys know how I feel about Horizon. I give shit to Horizon all the time because they're the evil empire. They're only worried about the money. All they are is a distributing company. They don't make nothing. Do they have their own brand? Hell no. Okay? Their name is on everything because they own it and they distribute it. That's it. Fact. Okay? Do your homework. I do. So anyway, A-Main, I like A-Main because they actually have their own line. Protect. Now, they don't probably make it right there, but that's their own line of shit. At least they have their own line of shit. Plus, they have more nitro shit than anybody. And they also said Absolute, which I deal with them too. Two of the main companies if you're into nitro, A-Main and Absolute. Great companies, excellent customer service. Okay, so back to Horizon. My Dynamite, like I said, you guys heard me, is not holding the charge like it would. It's not getting full charge anymore. So I gotta call Horizon, and I'm kind of like not pissed off, but I'm like, you know, I just got that igniter only a few months ago. They're warranted for a year. If you guys don't know that, now you do. And I know Bodagel's had one of his for like 4 years still going strong, you know, and I seen all the, you know, I love that, man. Red is one of my favorite colors, as you can't tell. And also, you know, I got red carpets all over the place. I've got red hats, red shoes. I love red. It's one of my favorite colors. So anyway, I love that. It's one of my favorite and one of the best, I think, you know, glow igniters out. So obviously it's not, you know, charging all the way, so I'm kind of like, what the hell? Is this thing taking a shit on me? So I call up Horizon. Man, they said nothing but, yes, Mr. Hernandez, no problem. We're back ordered right now, but we're gonna send you one that's not as good as that one, but it will work. I said, I don't need it. No. We want you to not be out of a. I go, I got drawers full of them. But I like that one. It's my favorite. They said, no, we're gonna send you another one. No problem. No questions asked. And we got you on the order. So as soon as that the new ones come in, of I guess they're called, I don't know what the part number is on them. I think it's, what is it? You guys see that? So you don't want to focus. Focus. There we go. DYN. 1922. Okay. They're like 20 something bucks, 25 bucks or something. Comes with a charger and everything. Which, throw that in the trash. Get yourself a digital charger. I have a small one. I'm looking at getting a bigger one. But like I said, I'm not really into the electronics and the batteries. And I'm just, give me motors, give me pipes, give me clutches, give me pistons, or give me death. Okay? That's me. So they're sending me another one of those. No questions asked. So, you guys are like, get to the point, Muggy Maniac. Give me the baby. Okay. Horizon has one of the best customer services out there, other than A-Main. Yes, you heard that correctly. The guy, the Muggy Maniac that always bashes them, and it doesn't change my feelings about them, but I give credit due when credit is due. Okay, like I said before, I will criticize criticism when criticism due, but I will give credit due when credit's due. Horizon has one of the best customer services. Okay, so if you get any low-C stuff you have a problem with, Dynamite, any of the Hobby Co, whatever, all the companies that they own, they will stand behind those companies, no questions asked. They didn't ask me for a retina scan, ID. Some of these companies, smaller companies, oh, can you give me a picture of it? Can you send it to me? Can you ship it back? And hell no, I'm not spending all that money. They said, no problem, Mr. Hernandez, that's my last name. You know, Muggy Maniac, we got your back. Got a temporary one coming on top of that. I didn't expect that. And we got you a brand new one coming. As soon as they hit the dock, it's going to be shipped to your door. That's the shit that I'm talking about. Okay, so all the shit that I talk about Horizon, I'm still going to talk shit about them. But I will say, credit due and credit's due. Again, they have one of the best customer service, hands down, period. Besides A-Main. Them and A-Main and Absolute. 3 companies, best customer service. Really good. Never had a problem with them. And hopefully I never will. Because a Muggy Maniac will get up in that ass. Okay? I'm a paying customer. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so that's what's going on. Enough of my bad. I don't want to take up too much time. So, yeah. Head warmer is very important. This is the bare necessities, man. The bare necessities of nitro are your head warmer, especially in the winter. Your glow igniter. Need that shit. Otherwise, you ain't starting nothing. You know, I suggest you get a damn heat gun. Go to Harbor Freight. They're like less than 20 bucks. I got a, what is this? A Snap-on one I have in here that I had. I haven't even used it yet because I don't need to. This one works fine. You know, I mean, you need those things. Oh, and you also might want to get yourself a temperature gun too. Very inexpensive. You can get them online. 10, 15, 20 bucks. Nothing. I need to upgrade all my stuff. My basics too, I need to upgrade. I need to get me a new head warmer. I need to get me, well, I don't need a new warming gun. I need to get me a new temp gun. And I think I'll be good. So anyway, we're going to get into, I'm going to get, you guys aren't going to, because I'm not going to bore you with my tedious wrenching. You guys are already probably falling asleep, but I'm going to get into that. Oh, here, another thing too. I'm all over the place right now, people. Anyway, this is the shit that you, if you want to do bodies, like I did, like the God of War up there, that sick-ass God of War, or like the superhero one that I did. Sorry about my camera everywhere, which, you know, that was the first time. This is the shit you use. It's called picture glue. Okay? If you want to see the video, what is that magazine? It's a Nitro magazine. I forgot what the hell it's called. Just YouTube paint jobs and stuff, and you'll see somebody did a Star Wars one. That's where when I seen that, I'm like, man, I wonder if I want to do that. I mean, the stuff's only, I don't even know the part number on it. It's probably on the top. Oh, here it is. Here you go. Part number is, can you guys read that? Part number Z001, picture glue. Okay. XXX main or something. That's the shit, man. You don't need a lot of it. And they'll show you how to do it. I'm not going to run a video on it because I'm sure nobody's doing any paint jobs in that weather that you're in. But you know what? There's going to be a paint job. I don't care if it's raining coming up in the next couple weeks here. I'm getting ready to get to pull the trigger. I'm going to get a brand new one of these. This is the used body that came with the MBX Mugen, which is gutted right now. I mean, it's all cleaned and, I mean, detailed from the inside of the diffs all the way out. Man, this thing is better looking than new. There's the motor that's going in it, the 28.8 Rex Legend, modified by RB Mods ZA. Okay. Pipes, not sure what pipe I'm going to run in it. Muggy is also gutted. You know, quick look at the Muggy real quick. I know you guys, there's a lot of people that I guess are look like Muggies. I thought I was the only one that was a Muggy lover out there. Matter of fact, let me take the radio tray out because this is getting all brand new servos in this one. I'm not even messing around with any servos anymore because I can't afford this thing to get away from me and break because it'll take me a month to get parts, even though I have a lot of them. Now that is a sexy ass well machine. I mean, well, yeah, well machined piece of aluminum. 775 aircraft from the space shuttle. No, I'm just kidding. 7075 aluminum, anodized, blue. The towers, the shock towers, those are thick ass. Not breaking those. Check that thing out. Sexier than hell. Look at that. Za. That's like super za right there. Okay? Bearings, the whole deal, the works, people. Okay? I run 7075 in the back. Dual braces, okay? Can't get any better than that. Look at that. Zah. Okay, that's some that shit ain't even flexing pubic hair. Got one in the front, and then this is the original. Looks like a turnbuckle. I need to find a piece of aluminum that big. Might have to get one made. But anyway, the XT-Rim ones that came on here were really thin aluminum. It's like 5mm, and I think it was 3 that was on here, and it was, you know, wasn't anodized. This whole setup, it's only got a 1-speed in it right now, but with both the gears in it, this whole setup here, you're talking about $200 that it cost me to build this center. Very, very, very hard to find. Dual brakes in the front and a single brake in the back, so we've got triple brakes, and you need triple brakes to stop this 12-pound fat ass pig. So anyway, there's what she looks like, kind of semi-gutted too. She's going to be sitting for a minute until I get around to getting some new electronics for it. And we're going to put the stock 28.8 runs fine in that. We don't need to beat this 13-year-old platform up anymore. So anyway, I think my video ran forever. Waiting for DE there. The issue that I had, remember you guys, I had the issue with that rim rounding out. Never had that happen before. It might have been me not tightening it snug enough, because I've never had DE rims strip like that. Anyway, I called them. They're sending me another set of them. No questions asked. Again, great customer service. DE on the top of my list. And that's about it. That's what's going on with the Muggy Maniac, okay? We got the Mugen getting ready to rock and roll again as soon as I get off work tomorrow. Like I said, I don't care how wet it is. You know, as long as it doesn't rain anymore, until tomorrow night, you will be seeing this thing rocking and rolling, and that modified .21 Reds ripping some serious ass, okay? Because that thing rips, okay? With that Pico pipe on it, screaming like it's like being murdered. Yeah, I like the whole combo. Now we just got to get that package dialed in, and we'll be good to go. And then we'll move on to the Techno, which I know, you know, I haven't run that much and haven't ran the Pico in it, and we're going to get that going too next. Set that puppy up, get that thing ready to rock and roll, and get that thing freaking doing some serious brapping. So anyway, that's all I got. Shout out to all my brothers. Shout out to all you guys that I didn't give shout outs to. If you're putting, you know who you are. If you're putting in the work, putting in the time. And I know there's guys, maybe they're just not, maybe they're camera shy, or just not the video guy, or I don't know, whatever. Do what you want to do. At least if I can help somebody or be of some service in some way to somebody out there, even if you're getting entertainment out of my videos, which I don't intend. I didn't intend these videos to be entertaining. I just intend to take you inside of the mind and the thoughts and the life of a sick in the head, 8-scale, nitro, gearhead, motorhead, whatever you want to call me, maniac. So that's all I got, people. Be safe in that cold weather, all you guys back east. And catch you on the rebound. Peace out.